Welcome to Projection Reflection. I'm your host Coronado, and today we're reviewing the newest Spider-Man film, Spider-Man Far From Home. This film was released, of course, today, July 2nd, 2019, and directed by John Watts, who directed Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming. The cast includes, of course, Tom Holland as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Zendaya as MJ, Colby Smulders as Maria Hill, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan, Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds, and Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, aka Quentin Beck. The plot of the film goes, following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever. That is literally the only bit of plot I can give you, because anything else is a huge spoiler. So let's get into it right now. I liked this film. I really liked this film. I actually enjoyed it way more than Spider-Man Homecoming. If any of you know me, I've kind of had a rough relationship with the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think at first, like when I first saw him in Civil War, I was like, man, this guy's great, he's going to be a great Spider-Man. And then I watched Homecoming, I was like, it's not my Spider-Man. I thought Homecoming was a good film, but it wasn't like the best Spider-Man film. What I really want to say is I think Spider-Man Far From Home is the best live-action Spider-Man movie we have gotten since the first two Spider-Man Raimi films. Like, and I'm being completely honest with you, and I can't even believe myself that I'm saying it, because I've been so kind of against the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I really embraced him in this film. Like he was really good in this movie. Man. Mysterio. Jake Gyllenhaal. He nailed it. The MCU nailed Mysterio. Oh my gosh, he is just such a great character. I absolutely loved him in this movie, because I'm a Mysterio fan. I'm a pretty big Mysterio fan. I actually have with me, this is a Todd McFarlane art. This is for the Amazing Spider-Man number 311, which has Mysterio right there on the cover. I love that they kept the fishbowl head in this movie, because that's just classic Mysterio. And this whole film, like, Mysterio just steals the show. He steals the show. Jake Gyllenhaal was just absolutely outstanding. It's like at the beginning of the film, when you see him, he's like, yeah, that's Jake Gyllenhaal, but during, like, around the next scene that he's in, he's like, yeah, that's Mysterio. You don't see Jake Gyllenhaal anymore, you see Mysterio. Like, he became that character. I cannot stop talking about Mysterio in this movie. He was just so great. A great MCU character. Great performances by Tom Holland and Zendaya. I loved the chemistry between these two characters. I thought the scenes between them were very, cutesy, like teen. I really liked it. I'm a sucker for love stories, and this film was a bit of a love story too. And I loved the scenes between Zendaya and Tom. I think they have a lot of chemistry. I think they were really cute together in this movie, and it really showed. They were really good. I really enjoyed their performances. Tom Holland, I feel like, upped his performance from Homecoming. He is just so much better now. for some reason, he's so much better as Spider-Man now. I don't know why. Like, I feel like this movie elevated him for me personally. There are a lot more consequences in this film than the past, than Homecoming. There's some big consequences in this film. And that's what Spider-Man is a good bit about. It's about consequences. It's about Peter Parker doing something and then the consequences of his actions. And how it affects his life. And how being Spider-Man affects his life. And they showed that in this movie. I'm like, there it is. That's what we want to see. At least that's what I want to see. Because I'm not a big fan of them kind of making him Iron Man Jr. Like, they're trying to make him be like the next Iron Man. I'm like, just let him be the next Spider-Man. Maybe that's a thing that he'll discover within the future films. Maybe they're just like, he wants to be the next Iron Man, but he needs to realize, hey, I'm Spider-Man. That's me. I'm not trying to be the next big hero. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's what I want. And that's still the thing that I'm still waiting for. Fantastic action sequences, you guys. This film had me on literally the edge of my seat the entire time. Like, me and my friend Scott were watching this in the theater, and he was like on the edge of his seat like this, and I was on the edge of my seat, and I'm just like, this movie's freaking awesome! It's full of action, guys. Great visuals. There's this one scene between Mysterio and Spider-Man, and I just lost my freaking mind. I literally lost my freaking mind. Classic Mysterio in this film. Oh guys, like it's just so great. The visuals in that one scene were just so great. And just all the action sequences within that scene were great. It was outstanding. I love the effects in this film. I love the action in this film. Very high action. Oh, guys, it was very good. Let's see here. I love that we got to see Peter grow as a character within this film. Because in Homecoming he was still growing as well. Like, the Homecoming was a coming-of-age film. Now Spider-Man Far From Home is even more of a coming-of-age film. We're seeing him grow progressively through each film. So maybe that's why I kind of didn't like him at first, is because he's becoming the Spider-Man that we all know and love. Like, he's progressively getting better and better as the movies go, and I do like that. I do enjoy that. The side characters also were very, very well performed in this film. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson did well as Nick Fury. Of course, Colby Smulders, good. Ned Leeds, great character, very well performed. All the side characters were pretty good. The one side character that gets on my nerves in this movie is Flash Thompson. I cannot stand him. For me, that's not Flash Thompson. Like, Peter could beat the snot out of this Flash Thompson. Like, when I think of Flash Thompson, I think of beefy, bulky, jock character. And there was a character that was a jock that I think his name was Brad or something in this movie. He reminded me more of Flash Thompson than Flash Thompson. I was just like, why can't that guy be Flash Thompson and the other guy be something else? Like Flash Thompson's lackey or something, I don't know. But I just cannot stand the Flash Thompson character. He's very annoying. The movie was really funny. Pretty much all the jokes landed for me. I thought I was laughing out loud like a good bit in the theater. The jokes were very good in this film. I just love the comedy. The comedy was spot on in this movie. There were certain things in the film, this is like kind of a nitpick, there were certain things in the film that could have been explained a little bit more. Like I'm looking at certain characters, I'm like, okay, that could have been expanded on a little bit more. Like, we could have got a little bit more story with there, a little bit more backstory. That's what I wanted, and of course, sadly I didn't get it. But, that's okay, I can look past that. There are two 2 after credit scenes, and they about blew my freaking mind, you guys. The one, like, cameo they had in this film just was like, I looked at Scott and I was like, no way! I was like, this is awesome! This is so awesome! And they really set the MCU up for something really great. Like, they're taking Spider-Man places where I didn't know we could go with Spider-Man in that way with film, and they really surprised me with those 2 after credit scenes. I was just like, no, like, blow my mind, like, what? Like, what's gonna happen now? It's one of those moments, and it sets up another huge story for the MCU. Like, we have no idea what's coming, but it's gonna be something big. Really big. I'd say it's a pretty bright future for the MCU. A bright future for the MCU and a bright future for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I am very much looking forward to the next Spider-Man film and very much looking forward to the next MCU film. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see what they bring to the table. So that was my review of Spider-Man Far From Home. I give this film a 5 out of 5. Yes, I am saying that. Me, myself, am saying that. The guy who constantly criticized Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I am giving a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie a 5 out of 5 score. This film is great. I highly recommend it. Don't skip it. Mysterio, my favorite part of the film. Guys, please go see this movie. It's one of the best live-action Spider-Man movies we've gotten in a long time. So, yeah. Please watch out for my next review. I did say in one of my reviews that I was going to do a Men in Black International review. That is coming. I am bringing out a Men in Black International review. That will come soon. And I'm also bringing a Toy Story 4 review. Those will probably be out either tomorrow or Thursday. So just look out for those, and I will see you guys later.